your faith so strong? It's because I learned how to wait. Somebody said, how you hold it together. By this time, I would have blown my brains out. It's because I'm in the waiting position. James said in James chapter number 1 that the trying of your faith worketh patience, but let patience have its perfect work. That means that patience learns to mature you. It's almost like when you put something up on a shelf. My grandmother used to have a pantry, and when she had that pantry, there was some time she had some peaches that's been up in there for 20, 30 years. But I'm telling you, when you pull those peaches out the pantry, it felt like she just pulled them out the store that same day. And I'm here to let somebody know that some of y'all have been on the shelf waiting on God to do something in your life. Some of y'all have been waiting through many hard and tribulations, through persecutions. I've been faithful. But I'm here to tell somebody on this morning, I came to Zion Church on this morning to tell somebody that you've been in the waiting position, but when God takes you on the shelf, it's because it's time and you have been perfected for the work. Tell somebody, say, yes, Lord. I like what James Cleveland said. James said, please be patient with me because God is not through with me yet. But when God gets through, somebody say, I shall. Somebody say, I shall come forth as pure gold. I want somebody that's been patiently waiting on God to clap your hands and give God praise right now. I want somebody that's been patiently waiting on God to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to put your trust in him. I know what patience sometimes. Deacon, sometimes we get a little lax. Sometimes we're patient. But I'm so glad when I look at my life now compared to 10 years ago, I'm so glad patience pushed some stuff out of me. Tell somebody, say, patience pushed some stuff out of me. Some of y'all used to be liars, but now your patience has pushed in the truth. Some of y'all used to steal, but look what patience did in your life. Tell somebody, I came forth as pure gold. Somebody, do me a favor, turn around and say, look at me now, look at me now, look at me now. Look at your neighbor and say, some of y'all remember how I used to be in the street, how we used to hang out with Pookie and them, and Ray with them, and Bonquisha and Ronwisha. But look at me now, look at me now. Look what patience did in my life. I want somebody that understands that patience will push envy out of you and cause you to be content with what you got. Patience will push jealousy out of you and learn to say, God, I'll trust you and be content. Somebody wave your hand and say, patience, God is perfect work. Some of y'all used to be cussers, but patience pushed the cussing out of you. Now, every time you see somebody, you just wave and say, I love you, baby. Good to see you, sweetheart. God bless you. I used to cuss you out, but I ain't got that anymore. Well, what happened? Patience perfected in my life. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. My. You got to understand that's what faith in the future does. Faith in the future, number one, is a commitment to spiritual discipline. And I'm getting ready to close. Faith number two is a commitment to patience. But faith in the future, number three, is a commitment to focus. The Bible declares, he said, looking unto Jesus, the author and the what? Finish of the faith, who for the joy endured the cross, despising the shame. You got to understand that in the text, the word look means to put your attention on it, to gaze at it. Somebody say gaze at it. In other words, even though Jesus was being whipped, and even though Jesus was being scorned, and even though he was being spit upon, even though he was being mocked, he didn't look at those that were spitting at him. He didn't look at those that were beating him up, but he kept his eyes focused on the prize. He kept his eyes focused on. Well, Pastor, what did he focus on? But the clause B says this. He said that he was supposed to sit down at the right hand of the throne of God. What are you saying, Pastor? In other words, Jesus kept his eyes on the prize. Well, Pastor, what's the prize? It was to be in the presence of God. You got to understand that sometimes when people are trying to do negative things against you, you got to be like Jesus. You got to fix your eyes on his presence. When people don't like what you say, you can't worry about what they say. You got to keep your eyes on his presence. And some of us spend too much time worrying about what people think and worrying about what people say and whether they're talking about you on Snapchat and whether they send a message on Facebook. Look at your neighbor and say, forget them. Wear your eyes. Put your eyes on Jesus. Focus on glory. Focus on his presence. Focus on his power. Somebody clap your hands and give God praise. Somebody shout glory. I feel the power of the Holy Ghost. Somebody say you got to have a commitment to focus. You got to make sure you got to be like Jesus. I can imagine in my mind that Jesus is being whipped, but he's focusing on the throne of God because I'm going to sit at the right hand of God. After a while and by, all these scars, it ain't going to mean nothing because I'm going to be in the presence of God. Somebody shout glory. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. You got to be like David. David said, one thing have I desired of the Lord, and that will I seek after, that I may dwell. Somebody shall dwell. Dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. Somebody say the presence. So you got to be, sometimes even got to be just like Paul. Paul says, I count not myself to have apprehended. But one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind me and reaching forth for those things that are before me. Somebody say, I press. Somebody shout, I press. I press toward the mark. Is there anybody up in this church on this morning that's got press in your spirit? I want you to take about 10 good seconds and jump up on your feet and let the devil know not only can you not take the press, my focus is to give God the praise. Give him the praise right now. Give him the glory right now. Give him the honor right now. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. Paul said it in Romans chapter number 8, for I reckon that these present sufferings cannot compare to the glory which shall be revealed at that time. In other words, there's no amount of suffering that I'm going to endure right now that can be compared to the glory of his presence. Pastor talked about the presence of the Lord on last week. He wanted us to understand that there should be a pursuit in every man. Should be a pursuit in every woman. Not to just go to church, but to be in his presence. There should be a pursuit in you, a focus in you, that when you're at home, after you finish washing your dishes, and after you finish cutting your grass, after you finish feeding your children, your grandchildren, you tell everybody, y'all go ahead and watch TV. I'm going to go up in the upper room. I'm going to go up in my closet. Well, what you going to do? I'm trying to figure out how to get in his presence. Somebody shout glory, because in his presence, somebody shout joy. In his presence, there is peace. In his presence, there is love. In his presence, there is power. Somebody shout power. And I need some power in my life, but I got to stay focused on the presence of God. And I came to declare to somebody as I get ready to close that after you have evaluated all your options, after you have looked at all the evidence, there is no doubt in my mind that I want to be in the presence of God. So when somebody look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, do me a favor and sign me up. Sign me up to be in God's presence. Sign me up to be in his tangible presence. Sign me up to be at his right hand. Sign me up to be focused on his power. Sign me up. Somebody say, sign up, sign up. I'm here to declare to somebody that there is a roll call. And I want to know if there's anybody that wants to be in the roll call, jump on your feet and say, God, call my name. God, you got to call my name. Yeah, somebody shout glory. Why do I want God to call my name? Because I want to sign up to be in his presence. I want to be in the holies of holies. I want to be in that place where they say the wicked shall cease from troubling and the weary shall be at rest. Somebody say roll call. My God, I want to sign up for the new heaven and I want to sign up for the new earth. Somebody say roll call. I want to sign up for the new Jerusalem. I want to sign up. Somebody say sign up says open. You can sign up right now. I want to sign up where there's walls of jasper. Somebody say sign up. I want to sign up where the city where God dwells. Where the Bible declares there was no need for the sun because the sun's face lit up the whole city. Somebody say sign me up. Somebody sign me up. Sign me up for that day where the Bible declares that God will wipe all their tears from their eyes. Somebody say, sign me up. Sign me up, for that great day when I walk and see 12 gates in the city. The Bible declares in Romans 21, there'll be 3 gates in the east and 3 gates in the west, 3 gates in the north and 3 gates in the south. I need you to look at your neighbor and trap your neighbor's hand and shake your neighbor's hand like you're going to shake it off and tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, I intend to sign up right now. I want you to give God praise in the house of God. Sign-ups is open. Tell somebody, sign-ups is open. High five, 5 people say, sign up, sign up. Somebody say, sign up, sign up. Oh, there used to be an old song that says, sign me up for the Christian Jubilee. Write my name on the roll. I've been changed since the Lord has lifted me, and I want to be ready. Ready when Jesus comes. Is there anybody that wants to be ready? Jump up on your feet and say, sign me up. Sign me up. I got the faith to believe that God can do the impossible. Somebody say, sign me up. Somebody give your God a praise. Sign me up. I came to tell somebody that you can sign up for the Christian race. You can sign up to run with God. You can sign up to be on God's team. You can sign up to be like one of the witnesses. One day I'm going to look in this Bible and we're going to be talking about Elder Hall. What do we know about Elder Hall? That he was one of the witnesses that signed up for the Christian race. One day I'm going to look and I'm going to see Deacon Brown's name. What is it unique about Deacon Brown? Deacon Brown signed up for the Christian race. One day I'm going to look and I'm going to see Deacon Ellis' name. What is it unique about Deacon Ellis? Deacon Ellis signed up for the Christian race. And I want to know, is that about 25 people up in this church today that say, Lord, I'm willing to be signed up? Throw your hands up and say, Lord, sign me up.